Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Live Ones. It's Monday, a whole new week, and we are one day out from the start of college hoops. 179 games tip off tomorrow, and if you think I'm capping all of them, you're certifiably insane. Most of them, honestly, won't even have lines on them, frankly. The big game to start off the season is at 9:30 tomorrow, Kentucky versus Duke. For the record, Duke is a 1.5-point favorite at home, and the total is 147.5. Up to you if you want to play it. I personally, just like every sport, I'm going to wait until everyone has a couple of games under their belt to get a lay of the land. Obviously, with college hoops, it's more important to do that than with any other sport with the sheer amount of turnover there is, especially with the powerhouse schools. Headlines today. Pretty much everyone's parlays busted yesterday. Everyone's. Jaguars beat the Bills. Falcons beat the Saints. Broncos, they just humiliated the Cowboys. Absolute humiliation. Could not believe it while I was watching it. The Fox national broadcast actually, once it got to be 30-0, actually dumped out of the game for the fourth quarter of the Ravens-Vikings game. It was so laughably one-sided. And let me tell you, no matter how many times it happens, it never gets old. No matter how many 3-0, 5-1, 7-1 starts the Dallas Cowboys get off to, year after year, it always gives me just a special joy in my heart. Every time this team comes up against its vaunted, most feared, most hated rival on their schedule, the second half of the season. And then the Derrick Henry-less Titans completely embarrassed the Rams in the nightcap. It was 21-3 at halftime. Titans actually only had 194 yards of offense the whole game. Rams just kept turning the ball over. Cardinals are the last one-loss team in the NFL. Personally, I don't think they can sustain it with just how many injuries they have in key spots. But for right now, they're in the driver's seat in the NFC. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a Cardinals-Titans Super Bowl. The league will love that, I'm sure. We were 2-1 yesterday to finish up the week at exactly 500. Small loss, obviously, with the chalk on every play, but honestly, it could have been so much worse. Just a crazy week in sports. We've got Monday Night Football tonight. We've got NBA and a short slate of NHL. Let's get right to it. And do you remember on Saturday morning when I said of the Iowa Northwestern game, just take the under, come back in 3 hours and cash? You're not going to want to watch that game. Yeah, that again. We have the dead last offense in the NFL in the Chicago Bears, and this year that really means something. Justin Fields and the star-studded offense of running back number one, Khalil Herbert, and his average of 44 yards per game. Wide receiver one, Allen Robinson, and his 271 yards and one touchdown through 8 games. Their game-changing second-year tight end, Cole Kmet, second-rounder out of Notre Dame, and his 197 yards and 0 touchdowns. 39-year-old Jason Peters, starting at left tackle, catching on for one more year. Again. These are the highlights, folks. This Bears offense is good for an average of 15.4 points a game, and that's actually trending upward after they scored 22 in a loss to San Francisco last week. This is a team that is flat out painful to watch. They're going up against a Steelers defense that's actually been pretty decent these last 3 weeks, bottling up Teddy Bridgewater, Russell Wilson, and Baker Mayfield, not allowing more than 20 points in any of those games, and that's good because their offense has been nothing special. An aging, hurt Ben Roethlisberger and no Juju Smith-Schuster mean they've had to lean on their big, vaunted missing link, Najee Harris, at running back. This guy would have been available in the second round, but you had to take him in the first round because he was the game changer. And he's been getting 25 touches a game throughout all of October, and he's still only getting about 3 yards a run. Not good, considering he was supposed to be, like I said, the missing link. Give me the under 40.5 points on this game. I probably won't be watching it, but I feel pretty confident in that it's going to be an ugly, dull, plodding, low-scoring affair. Instead, I'm going to switch over to the NHL. Watch the Capitals and the Sabres. It was a hard luck week for the Capitals, who just had a brutal stretch against the Lightning, Panthers, and Flyers while playing through some tough injuries. They managed to only get 1 point out of that stretch, and they're looking to get right. And when you need to get right, it's always a good thing when the Buffalo Sabres come to pay you a visit. The Sabres lost their 4th straight game on Saturday, falling in overtime to the lowly Detroit Red Wings after holding a 2-goal lead in the third period. It was the third time in the past 5 games in which Buffalo has blown a multi-goal lead. They're just incredibly soft in the defensive zone, particularly late in the game, and the team just has no offensive punch to speak of without Eichel. The Capitals, even without Nicholas Backstrom and TJ Oshie, as well as Anthony Matha's been missing, they've done a yeoman's job holding it together thanks to some stellar defensive play from their bench. Their scoring has gotten a little quiet lately the past 5 games, but with Ovechkin and Kuznetsov, you know they have the potential to light up the scoreboard at a moment's notice. I think they do that tonight. I think they go nuts on this soft defense of the Sabres at home, and I think their defense swallows up this lackluster Sabres offense that just has nothing to it. Give me Washington on the puck line tonight, -1.5 goals. I think this is where they right the ship. So then last but not least, West Coast game in the NBA, the Hornets and the Lakers. Ladies and gentlemen, to paraphrase the immortal Denethor, I know the Lakers' uses without LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and they are few. Russell Westbrook is averaging just 19 points per game while shooting 41.8% from the field, 26.8% from behind the arc, along with 5 turnovers a game. That trade the Lakers made for him with the Wizards might turn out to be one of the most lopsided value trades in recent memory. The Hornets play a track meet, all offense, no defense style of play, good for about 113.5 points a game, second in the league. The Lakers without LeBron can barely crack the century mark. I don't think the Hornets are going to have to worry about giving the Lakers too many scoring chances with how fast they play. Charlotte has lost 4 straight. They know they have a chance to get right tonight, and I think they take it. Give me the Hornets on the money line for the extra values. You can get it for +105, +106 right now. I think they make easy work of the host tonight and get themselves back up to 500 ball. All right, so that's going to do it for Monday. Everyone bet safe, stay safe. Follow us on Twitter at Live One Sports. Check us out on Roku and Fire TV at the Live Ones. Have yourselves a great Monday. We will see you tomorrow.